up your dog. Anyways, everybody, welcome to the very first episode of a Flick and Roll spinoff with me and Osiris nerding out over things called the
Oh yeah.
bonus nerd burrito, aka the B&B. Why do we call it that? Osiris is Mexican. I like burritos, so
Let's
there we
go.
go. Yeah, in this series of things, we will just be talking about stuff that we like. And that Jonathan thinks is lame. I'm just kidding. That's not true. But more,
Jonathan gives us swirlies for.
but more so, me and Osiris are a little bit more geeky about certain things. So I just wanted to have extra time with my boy. How are you? How are you, Osiris? How was your sleep? We're doing this
It was
right after we
great.
recorded the most recent Flick and Roll episode, by the way. Yeah, you got a better rest than your nap.
Yeah, way better. Although I didn't even sleep that much. I slept maybe 6 hours.
Yeah, I saw that you were still up at like 5 a.m. my time or like 6 a.m. my time, I think.
Yeah.
And
I
I
got
was
a
like, yeah,
message from
there's.
Marge. She's like, "Why are y'all still in there?" I'm like, "Oops."
I was like, there's no way this guy is gonna wake up for when we're supposed to record this. But he's recording this with me, so kudos to him, even though he has work in like technically 30 minutes.
It's fine.
So let's
They
get
don't know.
into it. We're gonna talk about usually that how this will go. We'll just talk about the recent goings on um of the nerd world of stuff we like. Usually comic stuff related. We like superheroes. We like some video game stuff. We like some other things. We'll get to it when it happens. But that's also why it's called the burrito, because it's like a little wrap up of things. And also Spider-Man came out, so we're gonna talk about that today. But
Oh
first,
yeah.
and as always, topics and timestamps in the description. Blah blah blah. First, Comic Con was what, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, maybe. So obviously, and that's where you're from, San Diego
San
land.
Diego, pull up.
Have you had personal experience with the stench?
No. I've never been to Comic Con. I've never been to like any convention.
uh
But
Dude, when Jonathan was explaining that you could just like smell it, even like not being there, but like around it.
yeah, I've
what a
never
what a world that must
really
be.
been around.
Anyway, so there
I
was
believe
Comic
it.
Con in San Diego. A bunch of news happened. We're gonna focus on the superhero stuff that we care about. But there's stuff you can look up, of course. First on our docket is that Lanterns is coming out next week on HBO or HBO Max, whatever. You looking forward to that? Are you a Green Lantern guy?
I am. I'm not a like super huge DC guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think of the DC characters, Green Lantern is definitely more interesting to me. I kind of lean green when it comes to DC
Is there a
characters.
reason? Is it the power system? Is it his character
Um,
story?
think I think the characters have gotten a lot of love in terms of like the writers that write them, so they're
Okay.
written pretty well. And like a lot of the things that I've read and seen in like animated movies and shows and stuff and comics. And also I just like the vastness.
Yeah.
And like some people think it's goofy that there's like however many colors, but I think it's kind of funny. I think it's cool.
Yeah, and that
Cuz
they
why
all
not,
represent different things. What does the Green Lantern one represent?
Yeah,
Hope?
willpower.
Willpower. Same thing, whatever. I don't know. Do you have a favorite of the main three? Yeah,
Jon Stewart. Cuz I mean I grew up watching Justice League animated.
yeah. Are you happy with the Aaron Pierre casting?
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, I don't really know him for much, but he has like kind of that striking
Yeah.
look that like uh I keep forgetting his name. What's the character's name?
Jon Stewart?
Jon
What?
Stewart. That Jon Stewart have. He's got that exaggerated swagger. No, I think he can have like that cold kind of like nonchalantness that
I
Jon
see.
Stewart has.
And then Kyle Chandler's always good in things, and he seems like a cool dude. So
Yeah, I'm
I
excited.
hope
I
I
know a
hope the
lot of
show's
people are
good.
mad that he's like old,
Yeah,
but who cares?
yeah. I'm just curious to see like what it'll set up for this new universe that James Gunn's creating. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it's good. Again,
Did
you can always
you
hope things are good. What's up
did you catch the Comic-Con trailer that released?
for it?
Yeah. Like they
No,
just
I
released it
didn't.
online. Do you want to know what was in it?
Yeah, sure.
Cuz like you seen like the general like the earlier trailers, right?
I saw
And
one.
like
Yeah.
how it's kind of like setting up this kind of mystery
Hmm.
Like I think that's how
And it's like a little buddy
I've
cop
heard it
esque.
pitched, is like a small town mystery
Yeah.
revealed to be something bigger. But in the most recent trailer, they name drop. They have a moment in the trailer where Jon
Ah.
Stewart's like, "What does the word manhunter mean something to you?" He's like, "How do you know that?"
They were like, "Oh, we need people to watch this show.
Yeah, they're
Say
like,
something. Say
please.
something." That's cool then. I like Martian
Yeah,
Manhunter. I think he's a cool
I'm very
character, cool
interested.
story. All right, good to know. Even more intriguing. And I mean, not that this is like a good barometer of things. HBO makes good stuff.
Yeah.
For the most part. Warner Bros. On the other hand, although technically they don't really own it anymore, but yeah. Uh, moving on to some other big news from Comic Con is the Marvel side of things. So if you haven't heard, if you're not like us,
Hi.
even if you're not like us, even if you're a Cavs fan, you probably heard this. But Ryan Gosling's gonna be Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
And apparently this has been like a fan cast for years and like a lot of rumors for a long time, and it finally happened. I'm a personal like I won't say a huge fan because I haven't seen like everything he's done, obviously, but I just like him as a person and I like his acting, so I'm quite
Yeah.
excited. Although it'd be very interesting to see how Ghost Rider fits into everything in the universe so far. But what do you
Yeah, I
think?
am. I mean, again, I was never like super into Ghost Rider. I saw the Nicolas Cage movies like recently, like the past couple
Are
years.
they good?
They're not they're not super good, but they're fun.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean I am a big Ryan Gosling fan, so I'm set for anything he does. And I think
yeah,
Ghost Rider, um, like in the comics, is like very connected to like that kind of mystical side that they keep kind of dabbling into,
yeah.
but never
And they just
fully
like don't know how
commit
to
to.
like properly fit it into all the tech stuff they want to do.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
So
good.
I hope, and this is like a lot of people's that I've seen, kind of like view of it is like they're taking this opportunity after Secret Wars to shift to like a more less like tech based, less
Hmm.
like Ultimate Universe that the MCU was when it started, and like lean more into the mystical side, lean more into like mutations rather than lab
Hmm.
experiment um
Yeah.
powers and stuff like that, which I'm excited to see if that's true.
Is there anything else I want to say about Ghost Rider? I think as a character he's cool. I don't know really much about the lore and how he fits into other people's stories, but I'm more excited the fact that like Ryan Gosling apparently is the one who approached Marvel to like
Yeah.
pursue the storyline that he wants to do. So
Yeah.
if
It's
you're a guy like that who has enough sway, and you care about your property, usually it turns out well enough. So
how do you feel any type of way about Sean Levy?
I am not a big hater of him like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
For example, people think like Free Guy is like an abomination to mankind.
I've never seen
um,
it.
it's like it's stupid, but it's like I mean, what did you expect? It's that. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah, it
help that
seems
there's like the
stupid.
behind the scenes clip of him going like, Taika
Taika
Waititi's
Waititi's
improvising
he
on a
elevates the
level that's
scene.
freaking sublime. Like that's not gonna do you any favors. But like,
Yeah.
if you look through his like filmography, there's some like good stuff in there. Uh,
Yeah.
particularly Real Steel. What a movie.
Real Real Steel. That's fire.
But no, he's like a
Night
producer
at the
for a lot of
Museum.
things. Yeah, Night at the Museum.
He
Although
directed a lot of the.
I watched the trilogy with Mia, and the first two are good. The second isn't as good as you might remember. And the third one is little all over the place, not really great. But there's like
I don't think I've ever seen the third one.
there's one randomly like really cool scene in it. So if like Sean Levy can like tap into more of that,
Okay.
that'd be kind of cool. Like because everything that he's like mainly known for are yeah like these like little slapsticky like riffing comedy moments, fast paced action that isn't always like the most like compelling. So I'd be very curious to see like how he does a Ghost Rider and if he does it a little bit more like gritty and
Yeah.
serious, um, which I think would be cool. And what should what the movie should be. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll see. I was gonna say something else about Sean Levy. But yeah, I think if you look at stuff he's produced, also he has a good hand in a lot of decent stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think in
I know
terms of like
producing's different than directing, but yeah,
I think in terms of like tone or like trying to look for stuff that'll directly correlate, um, I think we'll get a lot of like interesting insight into what kind of like mindset he was in pitching this with Star Wars Starfighter.
yeah,
Because that was like the big thing that they said was like Feige saw a cut of Star Wars Starfighter and thought it was great, and then they were talking. Ryan Gosling and Sean Levy were talking about it on the set, trying to kind of like developing this pitch. So I think
yeah,
that'll give some insight, and then also like the Stranger Things episodes that he's
yeah.
directed.
I forgot that he was that they're doing that together too. Because I was gonna ask you this. Do you think both will be good, or is it a matter of only one of them can be good, or maybe neither of them?
I think they can both be good. I mean, I think Star Wars Starfighter has a very low bar to clear because it just has to be like it doesn't need to be super consequential to like the
Yeah,
canon of Star Wars. It just needs to be fun with Ryan Gosling, which Ryan
yeah,
Gosling is good at bringing fun. And so
right.
I think that one will be good. And then I think the Ghost Rider movie is a lot harder to be
Yeah,
good.
we have to wait and see what it'll be like a trailer wise, and um,
Yeah.
again, just very curious as to how they're gonna include that with the whole universe because like they couldn't get Blade off, so I wonder how they're like gonna randomly shift to like a more like supernatural aspect of the universe. Um,
Yeah, it is interesting.
we'll get to Blade in a little bit because we're gonna end with bad news, but to stick with other good news, David Johnson, from The Last Walk and or The Long Walk. Man, I'm really bad at remembering movie titles. I feel like recently. And that one rom com that I've heard is quite good. But I've only seen him in one thing. He's great, and he's our new Black Panther, which I think is great news. What are your thoughts, brother?
I mean, I trust Ryan Coogler. I saw like the interview of Feige being like, yeah, he called me, said he had a call, or he told me about David Johnson, and then the next day he met with him. He called me at late at night and said he's the one. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm fully bought in.
Yeah.
And I mean, knowing what we do um about Black Panther 3 in general, how like it has like how Ryan Coogler and Denzel Washington have both said like Ryan Coogler wrote a part for him so long ago, and they're finally gonna do it in Black Panther
Oh,
3.
really?
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
Denzel's coming to the MCU.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
hopefully, if that
Yeah.
stays true. But I remember like recently on I guess recently in quotes, but the Gladiator tour 2 press tour, they asked him. He's like, "So is that still a thing?" He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah. That's
that'll
what
be
I've
one
seen.
of my few movies I do before I retire."
That's what I'm looking at. Are there any rumors as to what he could be?
No, not like
He's probably a villain,
that
right?
I know of.
A one-off villain.
Yeah, that's what people are kind of assuming is like a one-off villain, or like even um like a like within Wakanda type of adversary, kind of like M'Baku was in the
Mm.
first one.
Apparently, people are thinking he could be a character named Achibi, which is like I don't know if I said that right, by the way, which apparently is like a psychological villain from the comics who uses like mind games and psychological shenanigans.
Hmm.
So who knows? Uh, yeah, I am looking forward to that. I mean, obviously, with the reset of everything, with the tragic news of Chadwick Boseman, um, the Black Panther franchise got put in a weird spot. I am
Yeah.
somebody that like respects Black Panther 2 for what it is and like what it has to say. But as like a superhero movie and like how it fit into the universe, it was a little disjointed. But I mean, what can you do, right? And I know there was the show recently, but I haven't tuned into that.
Oh, it's good fun. Do you know like the
Okay.
premise of the show?
Nah.
So it's kind of like how the Dora Milaje, you know how in the first scene of Black Panther 2, they're like
Yeah.
raiding the people that stole the vibranium.
Yeah.
Um, it's like that. It's like these different, I forget what they're called. It's not Black Panthers. It's like something angels or something like that.
Okay.
It's like subsect of the Wakandan empire that's like spies that like go and retrieve lost Wakandan artifacts, and it's all in different times. So there's one in
Ah.
like ancient China, there's one
Oh
during the
shoot.
Trojan War. It's so sick.
Oh, that's cool. Is it
It's
animated?
great. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I'll check into that. But yeah, enough with the good news. On to terrible bad news. So which one do you want to start off? I already mentioned the Blade one. We can start off with that one.
Yeah, do Blade.
So it's basically canceled. Maybe not officially. Like Marvel or Kevin Feige that didn't say it's like for sure in the trash, but he was like, I feel like the biggest loser for not being able
Yeah.
to do it. I'm
A
like, yeah,
pathetic loser and
you are a
complete
loser.
failure.
No, I mean,
Poor guy.
I don't know. I guess like, nah, you are a loser. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything to say. Like, okay, yeah, like there is probably some difficulty to like somehow mesh it with the rest of the universe. But I don't know. You can come up with something. Get writers. There's got to be a way, right? Um,
Yeah.
and it's just sad because Mahershala Ali is Mahershala Ali, and like what a casting that would have been. And for him to also just like come out with his own statement finally, full of like disdain, just makes it even
Yeah,
worse.
he's
Where it's like it's not even a
so
matter of
sad.
like, oh, like yeah, it's just straight up like yeah, if they wanted to do it, they would have done it, and they didn't, so that's their fault. And it's just like yeah,
Yeah,
that,
what Feige said in my mind, like kind of left the door open to be hopeful, and then what Mahershala said, it's like, damn, maybe he is a pathetic loser failure.
and I'll speak more after we talk about the Wonder Man thing, but I also think it like is a not a great sign for Marvel, Disney, and just like big corporation type of things happening
Yeah.
regarding people like that. Which so yeah, to get into Wonder Man, you're a fan. You watched the first season. I
Oh
haven't.
yeah, it's so
And
good.
by first season, I mean only season, because it's over. Yeah, that also
So
got canceled,
sad.
and I had only heard good things. It's gotten nominated for Emmys. I know it's like a lot more different than any of the shows, like in terms of style, and yeah, just in the bin. uh, any thoughts, brother?
I mean, it's sad, especially like they were so gung ho about announcing a season two. Like they made that post pretty out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and like it's just such a weird situation seeing all the things that are coming out with
yeah,
Destin being like Feige didn't cancel this,
yeah.
like, and then all the showrunners being like, yeah, I just found out, and even like
Cause
Yaya.
yeah, when it first came out, I know it wasn't like because it's not the most popular IP, and people probably didn't even know what it was. But I had only heard good things critically, and the fact that it got greenlit for a season two, I was like, okay, like there's a lot of swaying power with just the fact that it's good rather than like money and popularity.
Yeah,
But now that I think apparently there's like a new CEO or whatever, like there's probably some more higher up changes in Disney where they're like, well, actually we care a lot more about money
yeah.
and
Josh tomorrow.
making toys. So this guy does not do it for us. Goodbye. Uh that just sucks. It sucks a lot because I don't know, would have been cool to have something like that. And I know a little bit of Wonder Man in the comics. Um, so it would have been cool to see like that type of character and power set
Yeah,
in
he's
the
fun.
universe. And also I know the show is like a little bit kind of mystery and set stuff up, so it's always annoying when things end like disjointed like that.
I mean, you definitely saw like the shift from like Moon Knight and like Loki and all these more expensive TV shows. That's why I was so confused by Wonder Man specifically, because that's like a pretty cheap show.
Yeah.
Um, and like for what it shows and like for how much recognition it got, like because obviously like Loki gets the recognition, but it's pretty expensive. Um, Even like Agatha all along got nominated for Emmys. I think like 3 or 4
Yeah.
Emmys, but that one also is like very self-contained. It doesn't really make sense to do a spin-off
Hmm.
or like a continuation of that. But like this one, to not spoil the ending, it's very open-ended in terms of like where the character of Wonder Man could go. Like he could literally do they could tell any story that they want. And it was really cool to see that it got renewed and then they just snubbed it, especially like with the news of it being snubbed by presumably the executives and not
Do you think he'll be
Feige.
used in anything else?
The
I feel like
way that
I feel like Kevin
it's being
Feige really wants to
reported,
use him, probably.
I think so. If it's true that um Kevin Feige like didn't really have control over this cancellation, I think it's more likely that they'll use him in other things than if they were to do like a Wonder Man season
Yeah, yeah.
2.
I feel like he'll probably
But I
stick around
mean,
in some capacity.
yeah, there's like so much that Marvel Studios could practically and conceptually do that they just don't take advantage of. Um, I think because they are like in this state now where they are penny pinching.
Um, so what I was gonna mention about like the whole big corporation thing is, so when you mentioned that the whole Kevin Feige thing that he didn't cancel it himself, that it's like a Disney decision, that hasn't really happened when it comes to Marvel in quite a long time. Like the last time I think that happened like on a big scale was like them trying to force Inhumans, because at the time there was a guy named Ike
Yeah.
Perlmutter who was like trying to force it to
I mean,
combat
like the general
with the mutants.
like Disney Plus streaming push
Yeah,
was like also like Bob Chapek
yeah,
pushing for more Disney Plus subscriptions.
yeah. So like it's just annoying to see like that come back into place where like the bigger corporation is starting to meddle a little bit into the art, even though it is
Yeah, I
the Marvel universe.
to Kevin Feige's wonderful tapestry.
Yeah, his
I
beautiful bald head. I was gonna also mention this about the whole corporation thing, not to go like conspiracy, but I also will say like I don't know if it's the greatest look that like um I forgot who else it was included, but okay, I remember one of them like that uh Wonder Man got canceled, Blade got canceled, Armor Wars basically got pseudo canceled. um
yeah.
and Anthony Mackie got screwed over as Captain America.
Oh yeah.
That's another black main character that just kind of got shafted. But basically, like a lot of the more like ways to propel like a black main character has kind of been shot down recently. So
Yeah.
yeah, not the greatest look, Disney.
Especially in a way that makes it look like these executives are the
Yeah,
ones doing it.
and just like with the climate of everything and the, let's say, bending over as like a as like a good way to describe it to like, certain mindsets and certain people in power. It's kind of lame. So,
Yeah.
but who knows? Maybe they're just like, money, it's not good enough, whatever. But on to our next big topic of the show. Uh, Spider-Man came out after 4 years.
Yippee!
After 4 years since the last one,
Um,
and
Damn, was it really? Yeah.
I had a good time. I do believe Osiris had a good time as well. But we'll get into our more detailed thoughts in a second. I first wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Tom Holland trilogies? And yeah, the before the most recent movie. Are you a fan?
I am a fan.
Yeah.
I think the way, especially like with Civil War setting the tone of the way that they're going to integrate Tom Holland Spider-Man into the MCU, I think it was done like pretty much as well as it could be. I know people
Yeah.
complain about how connected it is, but I think
Yeah.
with what they kind of had to do, I think they were able to flesh out an actual character.
Hmm.
And um, I think the character of Tom Holland Spider-Man is really strong from
Yeah.
those movies.
I personally quite like them. I know people have their views on John Watts as a director of those movies and like how Tom Holland Spider-Man is as a character in regards to him being so Iron Man dependent and him being so like universe dependent, I guess. But I think like what you're saying, it tied into the universe at the time. It gave us a different way of seeing the character in a different kind of setting because I mean we already had the Tobey Maguire trilogy and then we had Andrew Garfield's attempt. um which were basically covering the same type of Spider-Man stuff where it's him struggling in New York alone and
Yeah.
like dealing with the weight of the responsibility. And like obviously that is the core of the character, but I'm glad that like the John Watts trilogy kind of captured that essence but in a different way. So it's like more high school. He has to, you know, balance like life as a high schooler and being an up and coming hero. And that aspect of those movies and Tom Holland's performance, I think, is all really good. So I haven't revisited them like super recently, and maybe they've aged not that great. But I in my mind, I think they're still quite good. Like I quite like Far From Home, and I know people like hate that movie. Like probably so many Spider-Man fans, like the ones who are like dedicated Spider-Man fans list that as like the worst Spider-Man movie ever. Which I'm just like, really? Like but I digress. We don't need to talk about old things too
Yeah.
much. Let's talk about new and better things. Because yeah, do you think this is a step up from the trilogy?
I do. I really like the direction it's going. I like that it's not afraid to be different,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that what it's different in is generally I even if not better, it's still like on the same level and also makes sense for like Tom Holland
Mm-hmm.
growing as an actor and
That guy's
as
30.
growing into this character.
Yeah, when they're like, "Oh, we're graduating college," I was like, "Oh, they're really growing up." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they're really going forward." Okay,
He's
I thought it
speedrunning
was
it.
just gonna be their freshman year of college, but I'm glad that they like were like, "Oh no, like we can skip past those 4 years, I guess." Um,
Yeah.
I like I said, I'm not a hater of the John Watts stuff, so I was like, let's see how this is. I know apparently it's gonna be more real looking and blah blah blah. And then in that like first 10, 15 minutes of watching them, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, no wonder people are loving this. And I guess I do somewhat not agree, but like I get why there's the whole sentiment of like the movies before could have been feeling like that the whole time. Besides, do you want to like briefly explain what the plot of this movie is?
Yeah. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he's been forgotten by the world, and every annoying person on any social media will tell you, well, who are you talking about? Anytime Tom Holland's brought up. Um, he's been locked in on Spider-Manning. He's taken down all of his very famous foes like
Yeah.
Tarantula
So to do like a little
and
speed
Boomerang.
run of yeah, Tarantula, Tombstone, Scorpion. Who
He
else?
somehow affords like a probably $3,800 a month
Yeah,
rent place
he gets
in
a whole
New York
loft.
City, and he's just locked into Spider-Man. He doesn't really talk to other people, even his like neighbor who tries to reach out to him.
A blonde
He
neighbor. Is
doesn't
she
care
Gwen
about her.
Stacy? No, no, she's not. You
um,
losers.
and he stalks his friends that he misses, and he is Spider-Man.
Yeah,
The story takes a turn when he finds this telepath seeming um
this person who can jump
adversary.
into people's consciousness and control
Yeah,
their
they're
bodies.
kind of like possessing them
It's like, who's
and making
that?
them
Who
do
could do that?
things, particularly opposing the DODC for some reason, from hit
Damage
show
control.
Wonder Man and Miss Marvel, and
They're
also
Miss
kind of the
Marvel.
last movie. Yeah.
Oh well. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, he's sad. Everybody gets the sad Spider-Man that they've been craving. The rest of the movie was also pretty good. We won't get too far into it, and we'll start off with no spoilers first. I'll put the timestamps in the bottom. But unless you don't really want to do anything, no spoilers, and just want to spoil it.
Um, I feel like
I think we kind of already said
I'm
everything. No
down to
spoilers.
spoil it.
Yeah. Look, it's good.
It's good
Tom
fun.
Holland's
There's a
great
lot
in
of
it. It's more mature. Destin Daniel Crane's a great director. There's some decent action in this. The way it looks, the way it feels, it's cool.
very well colored.
If I were to say something that I think is a drawback from this movie, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of the final act and the overall tying it together of what the message of the movie was. Um, and I know it won't work for everybody, especially one certain aspect, which we will get into, which you've probably seen already. Uh, I just realized I forgot one of the other news things I mentioned, but we'll do it at the end.
Okay.
um, but yeah, to spoil it, Jean Grey's in this, and Sadie Sink is
She
indeed Jean
is.
Grey.
Sadie Sink is Jean Grey.
I know I mentioned the final act, so obviously Tom goes through the movie, starts to uncover this mystery of who this telepath is, and then the Punisher's also there, and blah blah blah. He gets help from the Punisher, and the Hulk's also there, and he gets help from the Hulk. And then at the end, it gets revealed that yeah, Sadie Sink is indeed Jean Grey, and the reason she's upset and causing these shenanigans is because Damage Control kidnapped her sister. And it gets revealed that they basically experimented on her to the point that they killed her, and they're about to do the same to Jean Grey, and then Spider-Man helps break her out after accidentally, well, not accidentally, but after getting her caught in the first place. So Milchick is bad, as probably predictable. Um, but yeah, the reason I have gripes with the final act is that I think including Jean Grey's fine. Doesn't feel too forced, and I think Sadie Sink is okay. My dad really liked her performance. Like, so
Oh, really?
a good metric of whenever a superhero movie is good is if like my parents can like be like, oh, I really liked it. So like, for example, Thor: Love and Thunder. Like when my mom, who's a big Thor fan, she was like, I didn't really like it. Yeah, that means that movie is awful. So when they came home after they had watched it, they were like, "We really liked it. It was good." And then my dad was like, "And that Sadie Sink girl, yeah, what an actress." I was like, "Okay, Dad."
Oh,
So I know a lot of people like her. I thought she was fine. Nothing like super
yeah.
groundbreaking. But I think she does everything she needs to do well. Um, I don't know if I'm fully sold on the whole like Jean Grey gravitas of her yet. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying. The reason I'm not a huge fan of the final act is because I think the ending is more in service to her character rather than Tom's and slash Peter's.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
like the whole movie goes through this journey of like Peter being alone, and I get the whole concept is that like by the end he realized like he not only does he reconnect with his friends, but he works with Punisher, Hulk, and then he realizes that like he can be there for this girl that's also feeling alone. I get that whole sentiment, but I just felt that like it still kind of made it a little lacking in terms of like focusing solely on Peter's journey. Um and it got a little bloated in terms of other characters a little bit in my opinion. Like I don't hate the extra Marvel inclusions, but I kind of wish it was more in or more akin to like how Yelena is included in this, where it's just kind of like she's
Mm.
there, she exists, and like they're aware of each other, but she's not like integral to the story type of thing. What do you think?
I thought I was ready to hate on how much they include other Marvel characters, but
Yeah.
I thought it was done pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's
I mean, it
tasteful
all
enough.
makes
It's just
sense.
a little bit. Any thoughts
Um,
on the Jean Grey aspect?
like on her, like on Jean Grey as a whole, or like
Yeah,
you were saying, like the final act.
everything you want to say.
Um, so first, I think I agree with you. That final act is definitely like more in service to like uh Jean Grey, and like I assume the whole like kind of theme of this upcoming mutant saga, um,
Hmm.
and kind of like what they've been going with for like the DODC in general. Like I know you haven't seen Miss Marvel or Wonder
All
Man,
right,
but
for
like
the non nerds, the DODC is the Department of Damage Control, which is a department that basically cleans up after the superheroes. But I guess they're also making them in the movie universe to be like a government agency that is experimenting on them and also how to like fight against superheroes should they turn bad type of thing.
Yeah.
And if you're aware of anything mutants related, it seems like they're about to be like the spearhead to mutant
Yeah.
disposition or this I don't know what I'm trying to say, but people not liking mutants.
In terms of like the casting itself, I think it's fine. I know a lot of people were hating, being like, she's she seems so
She's
young,
too
and
young.
also she isn't like a great actress. But I think her moments in Stranger Things and this movie like shows she'll be good enough.
Yeah.
And like actors don't really tend to get worse, especially when they
Mm,
start off early like this. Like the more they're in, like Tom Holland didn't get worse as a Spider-Man. I think
yeah.
he got way better as an actor too. Um, so I think we'll see the same for like all these kind of young people that they're trying to cast for X-Men. Um,
Which is the
in terms of
announcement I
like
forgot to
Jean
mention.
Grey, yeah, I know we talk about it. Yeah. But in terms of Jean Grey, I actually want to ask you, do you think she's too evil in this
Oh
movie?
yeah, that's another thing about this movie where people are like, oh, she's irredeemable. I mean, she did like basically almost comatize like half of New York. um, look, Jean Grey is already, and a lot of the mutants, even though I'm not well versed in them. There's a lot of moral ambiguity to some of them, and like some of them sit on like that moral gray side, which I think makes them more
Gray
interesting.
side.
Huh? Oh,
You said gray.
and obviously the journey of her character is the Dark Phoenix saga. Or yeah, which is a big saga in the comics and has been done two times in cinematically, both to not great uh
Yep.
final products. But I say all this to say like what she did in this movie is of course bad, but it's not like oh my god, she is so evil. We can't ever like her as a hero. I think it's just enough that like it'll be a journey for her character to continue on as and like for it always to be in the back of her mind. Um but it's very similar to what they did with Scarlet Witch at the start of what's it called? That Age of Ultron. And I mean
Yeah.
they redeem her within that own movie itself and then they kind of try to keep redeeming her um so on to the point that they honestly never really do. Um
Yeah, Hulk definitely killed people in that rampage.
so like
And that was all
dude,
her.
Iron Man was like a not a war criminal, but he helped them.
Yeah, his kill count is crazy.
So yeah, like I think it's a little silly people are like she's irredeemable. I know there's that scene where she takes over a dude and just makes him walk out into traffic. Like there's things like that where it's like okay, like she's a little too off the edge, I guess. Um but yeah, I think it could be worse. If you keep it in the context of the government kidnapped her sister, they're experimenting on her and possibly torturing her. I think she has every right to be pissed off.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, all that to say, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I think a lot of it will kind of hinge on how they portray her in this new X-Men movie.
yeah,
Like if she's kind of like haunted and like knows that she's done wrong, then I think it'll service her character better. If she like doesn't even mention that she went on this sort of rampage, I think people will look back on this movie and be like, okay, that's kind of goofy. Um, but yeah, I mean, the character of Jean Grey has always like had this more moral ambiguity, especially when like positioned right next to Professor X and
Mhm.
also Cyclops. Because like Cyclops is, I mean, he has his moments where he breaks too, but he's generally like the straight man in
Yeah.
terms of like following orders and like doing things by the book. And she kind of is pushing back against that in a lot of comic storylines. And then Professor X also being like trying to teach her to be good and like even like Professor X sometimes in the comics has this rule where he like won't probe people's minds and then like whenever Professor X is gone, Jean doesn't care and she does, and she'll like get whatever information she wants and all
Yeah, that's
that.
cool.
It's like, yeah, she's always been like not the most upstanding
Yeah.
citizen,
And
so I'm
also I
not
think
too.
yeah, I also think like wow, I interrupted you just to lose my train of thought. God damn it. All right, I'll let you keep talking, buddy.
No, I was just saying she's not. I think this movie, the people saying that are like too overblown. Like you said, like there's other characters, other heroes in the Marvel universe that have done worse.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. um, I think also it adds like the isn't the main a main part of her character history is that like her life is pretty much taken away from her like in different aspects like since she was a child. So like she never really gets to fully control like her own destiny and her own power, and that's the whole point of like breaking free and the Phoenix taking control and things like that. So, and that's pretty much what this movie does. As to whether or not it should have, that's up to your perspective on things. To touch on another part about the ending, did it get to you emotionally? Did you like what it had to say, or what did it kind of fall a little flat?
Um, I think I think the emotional parts aren't in like the way that the script wanted it to be, and
Yeah,
like the super huge, like the Aunt May scene in the bedroom,
yeah,
like
that's the
that
big
was a
one.
little flat for me. Her
Yeah.
realizing VMAX, that was a little flat for me.
Okay.
But I think the other parts of it, like the aspects of her talking to Tremel Tillman's character, Bill Metzger,
Mhm.
while she has like the glass to his neck. I thought that was better than like the
Yeah.
reveal. And like Peter just hanging out with his friends,
Yeah,
like
that
the
was really
handshake
good.
at the end, I thought was better than Aunt May telling him that you don't
Yeah,
need to
it
be
was a
alone.
little. The anime scene is the one I'm talking about in particular, where it was just like it felt a little too generic and a little too like handholdy. This is supposed to be sentimental and like a good message rather than like something with proper meaning. Because like if you think about it, the scene is supposed to be that Jean Grey is sitting in the shoes of Peter Parker. So for Aunt May to come into the room and all of a sudden to be like, "You're beautiful," it's just like that doesn't really fit, does it? I don't know. Um, like the whole message of like you not being alone could have been done in a little bit more of a substantial way. So I know for some people that didn't really work, and for me it did fall a little flat, but not to the point that I disliked it. But
Yeah,
that is something where I think if that some aspects of the fight scene at the end held a little bit more weight to me, I think I would have liked this movie a lot more. Um
interesting.
because I mean the ending is always like the thing that you have to land. So that's why I kind of was like, yeah, it's pretty good, but I don't know if I like it as much as everybody else does. Um so yeah, to speak on the action, what were your thoughts?
I loved it. I
Yeah.
mean, that beginning like 20 minutes really set the tone, like the montage and all that, and seeing him do all these Spider-Man PS4 moves
Yeah.
was super cool to see. It was literally so much was ripped from the game.
Yeah. I mean they
Um,
said that themselves.
yeah.
Um I was gonna say even like his like UI and like how he is at his house. I'm like, this is just the Insomniac Spider-Man.
Yeah,
um,
literally. The
but
Spidey
I
tracker.
think yeah, same as you. I think everything at the start was good. I think the Scorpion fight is really cool. Like they made Scorpion feel like pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um, I think the when he fully becomes hormonal with the spider, the first part of that hand scene is really cool. Um, like another little take on Spidey sense. What I start to maybe dislike, well, this was before it, but I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the Punisher Hulk scenes too much.
oh wow.
It's not bad. Um but yeah, I think it was just
You didn't
okay. Oh what?
you didn't like Punisher shooting his nuts and booty while
Not
he's
that I
getting
didn't like
saved?
it. It was just like, yeah, it was okay. I think the one-on-one Hulk fight is decent. But again, nothing like super great. Although I did like kind of like the horror aspect and like kind of a callback to the Avengers movie. Um, but the I think the little second half of like the hand fight at the end, I wasn't like the hugest fan of. Not that I yeah, again,
The
not that I
second
disliked
half.
it. The basically that moment where he like flies through them and like
Mm.
yeah. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I wanted, but
Where he
maybe
ults.
yeah. He pressed his triangle circle and he did
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I just think I kind of want a little bit more weight after some of the more like fast pace, a lot of
Yeah.
things happening type of action. Um which yeah, teach their own. That was just my thoughts. But I say all this to say that I still think Destin Daniel Gran is a great action director, and I'm
Yeah, he's
looking forward
great.
to whatever he does. I know people also don't like the Shang-Chi final act. I honestly love it. Well, I don't like all the final act. I like the fight against the dragon,
Yeah.
which I know a lot of people don't because they think it's like they wanted it a little more grounded. Um, but I just think it makes it I know this isn't a Shang-Chi review, but I think it just makes it it shows that he like can fight with like really big villains.
Yeah.
And also like how he uses the rings, the whole fight scene with his dad. All really good. Besides the point. Anything that else you want to talk about the movie itself, or shall we move on to the future?
um, I think that's pretty much all I had to say.
Yeah. How are you
The
good on time, or are
movie.
you gonna get fired?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, we'll be quickie though. So yeah, what's next? Do you think for Spider-Man?
um, I mean, I don't know if you saw like that quote that I think Justin or Kevin had.
Hmm.
I think it was Kevin Feige. That was like, yeah, of course we have plans for a Spider-Man 5, but
No, yeah.
Tom and Zendaya are taking a year off, so we'll leave them be. Um, but I do think they're gonna want Destin for a trilogy, and I mean, a lot of the headlines for this press tour were like, Tom Holland wants to introduce the next. So I
Oh
do
yeah.
think Miles Morales is to be expected in the next two movies. Um, as for
I
like,
I kind of hope he just gets one just Spider-Man movie, you know?
yeah,
uh
well, I imagine kind of like how the games were, like, where what was it? I don't even remember in the game what the specific event was. But spoiler for the Spider-Man PS4 game, I guess. But where it had that one event where Miles's dad is killed,
yeah.
and then you kind of play as Miles. Like I expect something kind of like that,
Yeah.
and then Miles not to have powers at that point, but like maybe a little side help to
Yeah, I'd be down for
Spider
something
Man.
like in that realm of quickness in the next movie. But I would just like a more focused Spider-Man movie, especially now that it's like more mature and more real. Because I will
Yeah.
say, again, even though the Marvel stuff in this is tasteful, it felt a little bloated at times. And I guess yeah, I don't think we'll see the symbiote for this version of Spider-Man. Probably not, right?
Um, like at all in the future.
You think Tom Holland will stick around for a whole symbiote arc? Because I also, when it
I
comes to the symbiote, I don't know if I want it to just be like a one movie thing. You know?
I think they will make it a one movie thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I think they'll make it a one movie thing and then move on to the symbiote being Venom
Okay.
and like have Venom as a character in their back pocket. Because like I know a lot of people were popping off about Jean DeWolf being in the movie, the
And what is she
Liza
related to in the comics?
Leon Davis, because she is in the comics. She dies, and Eddie Brock, who is a reporter,
Ah.
believes that Spider-Man killed her, and so he like publishes
Ah.
a thing, and then Spider-Man proves his innocence, which ruins Eddie Brock's career, which makes
Oh,
him go.
that's the origin. Okay. I don't know what I want next. It's kind of up in the air. But I just know I want like a just a solid Spider-Man movie that's more focused on him.
Yeah,
Um
Clone Saga. Give us Spider Island, go crazy.
Before the next thing in the Marvel universe, I don't know why my lighting just keeps randomly changing where I get like randomly so dark. But next in the Marvel universe, we have Doomsday. Will it be Pooh
Oh yeah.
Day? Will it be pretty good day? Who knows? uh, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I'm still not super sold on it.
I just feel
I
nothing.
like all of the way the X-Men look, and I like
Yeah,
a lot of the action that they showed in the trailer, and I like
I like how it
how I
looks.
couldn't
It doesn't look too
recognize
terrible.
RDJ when he talks as Doom.
Yeah.
But story-wise, I feel like they have so much like so much uphill to trudge up to
Yeah.
make the story
Yeah.
serviceable. So like in my head, the best thing that they can do is just throw away any semblance of like trying to make a decent story and just make it like awesome action and then
Yeah.
set it up for Secret Wars in that way. Like I think that's better than them really trying to like I
I
don't
mean, not
know.
the Infinity War lack story, but that's kind of what Infinity War is. It's a lot of action. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
and I
just like
think
fast pace, like this story, this story, this story, all meeting together. So
the Russos in general, I think they're best um in terms of like weaving character moments with the story is probably Civil War
mhm.
because they hit certain beats with that where like everyone kind of gets their own mini arc, but like Infinity War is really only like character moments in terms of fan service, not necessarily the
Yeah.
story. Like there's no real reason for Heimdall to send Hulk to Doctor Strange and like little things like that.
uh,
Um there's no real reason for Rocket to go with Thor there. And like but it works and you have like these cool moments. So I'm kind of hoping that it is more akin that they try to make Infinity War as opposed to Civil War
I see.
with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's good, but I'm very much one. I feel nothing. I don't know if I feel like concerned. Like I'm like, oh no, is it not gonna be? I just feel like, yeah, if it's bad, yeah, of course it was bad. And if it's good, it's like, yeah, let's go, it's good.
Yeah,
But
it's
do
a
I?
very low bar in
Am
my
I
mind.
leaning towards it like being something that like I'm excited for and that it will be good? Definitely not. But I hope it's good. Uh, anyways, that's a good wrap up of everything. The thing I forgot to mention though, now that we've talked about Sadie Sink being Jean Grey, what are your thoughts on some of the X-Men casting so far? The only official ones are Samara Weaving as Emma Frost, and now Kit Connor as Cyclops. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
And I know
I'm
there's two other rumors that are maybe confirmations, although that's obviously a stretch. Kaylee Spaney as Rogue and Charles Melton as Beast. Um,
yeah.
but let's focus on the first three who are actually official. Any
Yeah,
thoughts?
Sadie Sink I think sold me enough in the movie um so that I'm able to kind of like want to know more. And I think Kit Connor I'm not like super familiar with. Like I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything, but he definitely has the Cyclops look.
Yeah,
So
he's
I'm
in
I'm
a
fine with it.
show and now movie I think called Heartstopper, which is like a gay love romance movie or show.
Hmm.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, Cyclops needs to be masculine," and this guy is.
Cyclops is kind of gay. A lot of X-Men are pretty gay.
I'm gonna put that in a clip, and everyone's like, "No, he's not. He is Jean Grey and Emma Frost." Blah, blah, blah.
Cyclops is gay and so are you.
But I think,
uh
yeah, I think he has the look enough, and he's gonna wear the visor anyways. He just needs the hair. But no, I just think he's been acclaimed for his performance in Heartstopper, so that's what really matters. I can only hope the best for him, and he's young. He's also
yeah.
he's even younger than Sadie Sink, so
Is he?
that's kind of
How old
crazy.
Sadie Sink? Like 24,
Yeah, and he's 22.
26? Oh damn.
Yeah, she's 24 and he's
Okay, I'm
22.
here for it.
And yeah, I'm just you give them a chance. Obviously, like they haven't even
Yeah.
gone to be in a movie yet, so um, I'm hoping that they can prove everyone who's hating on them wrong. And Samara Weaving is the one that people really like because she's pretty popular. both because people like her in Ready or Not as an actress, but she does have the Emma Frost look. She's quite pretty. Definitely a blonde that matches the character. So yeah, that'd be cool. I'm most looking forward to Kaylee Spaney as Rogue if that does happen. Um, because no offense to Anna Paquin and no offense to those movies, I wasn't the hugest fan of Rogue's portrayal in the original X-Men movies. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm curious to see how they make her more of like a actual hero rather than like a scared little girl that just wants to get rid of her powers. Which I know is also a big part of that character, but yeah. Anyways, besides the point. Um, anything else you want to talk about in regards to that?
Um, I mean, I again, I'm not super familiar with Kaylee Spaney, but I think even for me, the kind of weight that she had in Wake Up Dead Man was, and a lot of the way she saw morality and like stuff like that kind of got me excited because
Yeah,
like I was just thinking back on it and I was like even going back and watching the scenes that she was in and like the way she's like um he doesn't need to I forget exactly what she says about Father or Monsignor Wicks.
yeah,
He's like, he doesn't need to be holy, he just needs to cure me. Like that
yeah.
type of thing. I think certain things
Hmm.
and the way she says it and that is like a cool indicator of
Is
what
that
she
the
could
quote you
be
were
as a
looking for
rogue.
before the episode?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's we can talk about it at the end. We
Um,
talk about the structure.
I see, but I know I've heard she's really good in the most recent Alien movie. I heard she's good in Civil War. So yeah, looking forward to that. And I don't really know much about Charles Butler, but also he's really good in a movie called May December. So if he's Beast, I think he also fits the look. Um, is there anybody else in particular that you want to see cast in terms of not in terms of actors, but to fill out the X-Men roster? Obviously, we still need a Professor X and a Magneto. Um,
Yeah.
but what about
Um
and I guess a Wolverine, of course.
I kind of feel like, and I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do a Wolverine
Yeah,
for
I
the
actually
first
don't.
X-Men
I don't think they're
movie.
gonna do it either. But
I think they're
I
gonna
meant
do
down the
something
line.
more akin to like the original introduction.
Okay.
So like the original being like Beast, um, Iceman.
Yeah, Iceman. That's who I want to see
Who else
next.
is Polaris and Havoc? Maybe that could be cool.
Not really.
Um, I don't know if you know. Do you know them?
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I know they're like in the earlier parts of the team,
I'm surprised that they're in the
and
early
like
parts of the
there's
team.
even, huh?
I'm surprised that they're in the earlier parts of the team. I thought they would be like
Yeah,
later
they're
on
not like the
characters.
original five or whatever, but they join later on,
Hmm.
and it's also a cool part because like Havoc and Cyclops don't even know they're brothers for a
Yeah.
lot of the time that they're on the team, and they're like kind of going at each other. I think that could be cool. Um, but I kind of wanted to talk about the Adam Driver rumors. Have you seen those?
As Mr. Sinister, is that his name?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Um, I don't think it's true, but also, uh,
I don't
because
either, to
like
be honest.
Feige also had that quote recently where he's like, "Yeah, it's kind of our yearly tradition to hop on a Zoom call with Adam Driver, and then
See what
nothing
he
comes of
likes.
it."
Yeah, see what he likes, and
Um, but I mean, I think he'd be a great Mister Sinister. I'm a big Adam Driver apologist. I think he gets way too much hate. Um,
really, people still hate on him.
I think so.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, just
I feel like
I
at this
I
point he's earned enough cred that like
I think
anything
it's
in Star
definitely
Wars
on
wasn't
the
his
up.
fault. Yeah, go ahead.
Especially with like the Star Wars news of like the Solo Finding Ben Solo or whatever that canceled movie is supposed to be called. I think he's got a lot more love, but I would love him as like really anyone, any like kind of older antagonistic figure to these young X-Men. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I just don't know if he would want to do it.
Yeah,
But who
probably
knows? Maybe if
not.
he put enough zeros on the end of that check, he would.
Let's see.
But
Fork up, Feige.
I'd also just be curious to see like if there's just cool character actors that we don't really know about that they're gonna propel. Um,
Yeah.
I
I
will say
mean, in
though,
terms of
yeah, go ahead.
in terms of fan casting, I'm not really tapped in with like young
Yeah,
actors.
me neither.
Like especially like seeing the ones that are confirmed and rumored, like a lot of them I'm not well known and like tapped into like the horror side or like the teen TV side. And so I
Yeah,
don't really know, but I definitely have had my fan cast of like certain
yeah.
people.
I think I just
Like
want. I
Beast,
want to see Iceman. And I want to see Storm. What are we gonna say for Beast?
I think I told you how I really wanted for a long time to have Henry Cavill as
Oh
Beast.
yeah.
I think that'd be so sick.
I think he'd just feel a little out of place compared to everybody else now.
Yeah, if
At least
everyone's
what the
young
cast
like
looks.
this.
Yeah. I forgot to mention. I think I want to see Storm, like who they cast for Storm for sure.
Hmm.
Um, and some names I've seen I think are pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
people wanna um the girl from Sinners. Forgot her name.
Yeah.
I think her name's Jamie Lawson. Is that her name?
I
Is
can't
that
tell you.
right?
Uh, what do you think would be your ideal lineup of X-Men?
Hmm.
Because I know Feige again had a recent quote where he's like, "Yeah, there's so many different teams and different stories that
I don't think
haven't
I
been
have an
told."
opinion to be honest. I
Really?
think the core people that they have are already good. It'd be cool to see because I know like a part of Rogue's character, like some of her dynamics are with like Wolverine or with Gambit. So in the current roster right now, she doesn't really have, I guess, like her usual, go-to figures of socializing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'd just be curious to see what they do. Uh, but I think besides everyone cast so far, I just like Iceman as a character and I like Storm as a character. So probably those two.
Iceman and Storm. I like that.
What about you?
I definitely lean more like kind of more original. So like I want the original um I think it'd be cool if they had the original 5, I think it was. So like
Okay.
Professor X, obviously, Jean and Cyclops, Beast, Iceman, and Angel. Um
Angel, yeah.
I think Angel would be super cool. And then I do want like a younger character, like a Kitty Pride or a um even like Magic
Or a
or
Jubilee.
like someone like that. Jubilee I'd be down for.
I'm gonna see another
Even though I
Asian.
think her powers are kind of lame.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
um I could see them doing Jubilee though. Um or even like just one of the New Mutants,
Hmm.
like a Wolf's Bane or Moonstone would be cool. And get a
I see.
Native American actress.
Yeah,
Um and then I think they do have to have like more of a powerhouse, like a Storm.
yeah.
Um
I doubt they do Angel because they're like, oh, we already have the Falcon and the new Falcon, so
yeah, that's so unfortunate. Angel's so cool.
maybe do you think they'll do a Nightcrawler?
I hope so. That's my goat.
You think there'll be a
I
Mystique
I
in the X-Men movie?
I feel like they could maybe do something where like he's more of a side character, like kind of like the X-Men animated series where they have like a one-off kind of escapade with him.
An escapade.
Um but man, I love Nightcrawler so much. Oh, X-Men 97 is so good.
I'll get to
They
it. I'll
they had
get
a
to it.
Nightcrawler episode recently. It's so good.
All right, not to keep yapping about the X-Men. Let's wrap this up. What's the last thing
I
you
could
want
talk
to talk
about
about?
X-Men for
The
years.
Marvel structure.
Um yeah, so like the the thing I kind of wanted to touch upon, like the way we see, obviously like this Comic-Con was different than like the classic maybe Comic-Con where he has like the full slate and he announces 80 movies and 10 of them get made, and they take 20 years. um do you think, like, what do you think is the driving factor behind that shift, and like kind of going into like touching upon like the cancellation of the shows, and like because the way I kind of saw it is like I feel like with Josh Tomorrow stepping in, um, kind of overcorrecting on like Chapek, Bob Paycheck, uh, overcorrecting on the shows. I feel like he's kind of overcorrecting or like misguidedly using like quality over quantity.
I
I
just
think
look.
he kind of underestimates what Marvel Studios has grown into
Yeah.
and what they are capable of producing in like the same way that Mr. Paycheck overestimated what they are.
I
Um
see. Yeah. I just looked up this guy. He honestly looks like Sam the Eagle from the Muppets.
Who, Bob Chapek?
No, Josh Tomorrow.
Oh, Josh Tomorrow.
He kind of has a little scary
I don't know
smile.
who
I
he
mean, that's what
looks
you get
like.
for being a CEO of.
He
Anyways,
does.
um, I think they're gonna lean into taking away all the shows, which is why I think they canceled it. Only do animated cheap ones, or cheaper ones.
Yeah.
And then make all their cinematic releases be ones that are what they deem as like surefire box office like successes, or at least safe picks. So like your Spider-Mans, your X-Men, your I guess whatever they do with like the confirmed properties, and also what has done well for them so far. So like Black Panther and whoever in
Yeah.
the rosters would theoretically get another movie. So I think yeah, they're gonna at least hold off on like saying, oh, we're gonna do this movie with this character and this movie with this character,
Hmm.
and they're gonna wait until it's kind of back in the green, and everywhere they feel like the vibe is, oh yeah, everybody will just watch whatever Marvel thing will come out,
I see.
and
Yeah.
then they'll let more free reign in terms of they'll let more free reign for the more niche characters, and letting like the directors of those take more like artistic control, possibly, if that gets allowed to happen. um but yeah, we'll see.
But I think I was gonna see if you heard or knew about Brad Winderbaum's promotion, because I was also
Brad
wondering
Winder
like if that
who?
could if that could have anything to do with it. So Brad Winderbaum was um the head of Marvel Television, kind of like the Kevin Feige but for TV.
Winder bomb, I hardly know her bomb. Sorry.
Let's just sit with that one for a little.
No, move on. Okay,
He
Kevin
was
Feige
head
of
of Marvel
TV, yes.
TV. Yeah, he and like Kevin Feige spoke very highly of him, kind of in the way that like other people would speak about Kevin Feige in like the early MCU days, and even like his work on X-Men being like sort of this voice in the room for like nerds and
Mm-hmm.
comics and stuff. He got promoted to let me get this right. He is now head of Marvel Television, Animation, Comics, and Franchising. Obviously, it's a bigger title, it's more to manage. So I wonder if it is like kind of in tandem with him kind of wanting to take a broader scope and like a step back from specifically television is like what the executives used as an opportunity to like whittle down television as a whole in terms of like live action MCU television. I don't know. I think Marvel TV is and always was in a weird spot. And it started, I mean, what was WandaVision? Like
2020.
2020? So like 6 years, and they still don't know what they want to do with this entire TV production studio. I
Yeah.
think they just need to sort that out.
Yeah, it kind of pooped itself towards the end.
Yeah.
And if it even is the end, which it seems like it probably is.
If sacrificing shows like Wonder Man and specials like Punisher One Last Kill means that we get more stuff akin to X-Men 97 and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man,
Okay.
I'm kind of there for it. I think both of those shows are way better. Not way better. Okay.
More
I think
consistent.
X-Men 97
And
is like, yeah, way more consistently better.
and not like
And
having
like
to be
not beholden
constrained.
to anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to some universe. Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of my last little tangent, and I kind of wanted to just update you on like what that looks like for the comics side, because you're not. Have you ever been like
No.
into comics or not really?
Not that I've never been into them. I just never got around to like reading them and then properly getting into them. But yeah.
Yeah. So Brad Winderbaum is named head of comics now and franchising. Some people don't like it. Some people think like, why would you get a TV movie guy to do all these other stuff? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think franchising is like everything. I'm pretty sure it's like toys and video
Probably.
games and all of that. And so some people are concerned. Do you know who Rob Liefeld is?
Yeah. Comic creator.
Uh, yeah, he's thrilled. Not necessarily because he likes Brad Winderbaum. The previous head of comics, Dan Buckley, um,
You're just
he
throwing
he
out
has
so
a
many
tweet.
white people names.
Rob Liefeld replied to a tweet of like Dan Buckley being ousted for Brad Winderbaum, saying,
Okay.
"We were most certainly not lucky to have Dan Buckley. He was a smug dinosaur that held Marvel back for a decade, made bad choices, leaned into them repeatedly, then waited too long to ditch them. Talent left in droves these past many years."
Yeah.
Which I think is a pretty like pretty synonymous with what the comics reading public agree with, is like Marvel is definitely was down this path of like finding like doing different things and doing new things that suck and then not pivoting quick enough.
I mean,
Um
when it came to that, the upswell of their movie universe taking off, from what because I do listen to a comic podcast, what I had heard is that like it just felt like the comic side of the company just took a huge back like seat um during that
yeah,
time.
it, I think they did, like in terms of like the Marvel brand as a whole, they kind of like just shelved it. Um and he also Rob Liefeld has another tweet. Um,
He does like to do that, from what I know of him.
yeah, he's a pot stirrer, and so this is on July 16th of this year. David Gabriel, Dan Buckley, CB Cebulski. Almost all of the horsemen of Marvel's apocalypse have been removed. And so,
Damn.
I mean, Rob Liefeld like had also like a very public departure from Marvel
Yeah.
fairly recently. I think he's with Image Comics doing some
Yeah.
stuff for them now. So that all that's really interesting to see, and like all that. Um, I wish I could have looked into it more, but they do like obviously the tie-ins for like the animated shows and like the movies in general, and I wonder like, is that really what they're kind of banking on? And it kind of seems like it. And so I wonder if it'll be like Brad Winderbaum kind of moving TV into that realm,
Okay.
or the opposite, where he's
Like
like
how
completely
it was
severing
growing
the
up
tie.
for us, like how there was like the Disney XD like Ultimate Spider-Man
Yeah.
and Avengers vs. Mighty I'd be down. I mean, I loved those growing up, so
Yeah, I
and you
mean,
get to shine a light on different characters and use them and have no constraints. So if they just want to make good television that like feels even more comic book adjacent, I'm all for it.
they're kind of injecting these people that maybe have a more um more TV movie background into comics. David Adbo is who I'm thinking of. He's their general manager of comics and franchises. So like pretty much directly under I don't know why I did that. Directly under Brad Winderbaum. He worked on like I think the I Am Groot series and like the Ultimate Spider-Man
uh
series back in the day, and like a lot of the animated shows. And like they're falling um they're falling kind of under criticism for that, but I do wonder if it is an overall uptick for both comics and TV shows.
Time will tell.
We'll see.
Good spiel, buddy. You were like a whole comic book reporter then. Oh wow. Didn't know you knew all
Yeah,
this.
I don't even be reading new comics like that.
To end off our episode, I was gonna say, uh, is there anything that you've been like geeking about recently in the
um,
more
I,
nerd side of your life?
yeah, after that comic store, I've been locking in on reading X-Men comics because I really want to get to the one that I bought.
Yeah.
So I have like when I bought that book, if you guys don't know, which you don't, um, I'm going through doing like a full X-Men read through of like I didn't start at the very beginning, but pretty much that first comic run where it's Storm and Wolverine and Colossus and the new team, the more familiar team kind of was introduced. I started from there. I've read like probably like 120-ish issues at least. Um since then and like kind of just going through the decades of X-Men and I got a comic in Texas while we were hanging out that is the first resurrection of Jean Grey. Spoilers for a 1980, I think 7 comic. Um, but like Jean Grey is dead for a while, and Madeline Pryor just had a baby, and they're married. Her and Cyclops, and then she's about to be resurrected. So I'm kind of like speed running that last part, and then getting to this resurrection through the Phoenix,
I see.
which I'm really excited for. So I've been reading a lot of that. I've also been watching Melee. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I already talked to you about it. I sent it to you, but Gamo was great. Supernova is today and tomorrow
Oh
and
yeah, it
Sunday.
is.
I had that on the side monitor for a bit while I was tidying up before we got on here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
it's
shout
just
outs
in
Laud.
such a good spot right
Shout outs
now.
Rat
Yeah, shout out
Monster.
Laud, bro. Come on the podcast. uh yeah, you guys should go watch Melee. If you like any esports at all, I think Melee is great because I think Smash in general is very everyone's like played Smash, and even if you haven't, if you fall off the stage, you lose. It's pretty simple. Um, it's an easy gateway to get into, and I think Melee and I don't know. Would you say Ultimate? I think Smash as a whole is in a
Yeah.
really good spot.
Um, I think Ultimate is an interesting and cool spot. And it's definitely not as like lame as it was maybe like last year or like earlier this year. Um,
Yeah.
but I still think there's problems with the whole scene with just opinions on Steve and
Mhm.
yeah, and just a lot of older players just like really losing interest and just waiting for the next game type of thing.
Yeah.
Versus Melee, which everyone just that's the game that they want to play. Versus
They're in
Ultimate,
for the long haul.
is just like cope and like I mean I guess
Yeah.
I'll keep playing type of thing. Um, so yeah, for me, um, I've been watching House of the Dragon with some friends. It's really good. This season's really great. Um, if you've never watched Game of Thrones, uh, well, yeah, if you never watched Game of Thrones, you could choose to watch Game of Thrones and then be disappointed by the end, or you could watch like the first 3 seasons of House of the Dragon, which are a lot more easy to get into. And I think they're pretty great. First one's really solid. Second one is a little slower and not as eventful, and then third season I think is amazing. And then they also have another spin-off called Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I've heard is really great, so I'm gonna check it out soon. I'm also getting back into books. I'm finally finishing the second series of the Percy Jackson series that I have taken years to finish. So I'm looking forward to finish that and then watching the show. And I'm looking
The
forward to
second
whatever book I read next. I think I'm gonna read like a Japanese fantasy book, called The Sword of Kaigen
fire.
for those who know. And I'm looking forward to that. Doing a book club with some amigos. Oh, and also you and me are supposed to do that book club. Because I have the book
Yeah.
now. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna read Tomorrow together, which is like a romance video game development uh love story thing. So I think that'd be cool. Mia really liked it.
Yeah.
Or Mia liked it. So let's do a little cute little book club together, buddy.
I'm down.
But yeah, that's it for us. Any last thoughts, big boy?
No, I think that's all I had.
Alrighty. Don't know how to end these things, but if you're a nerd and you like to nerd out about things, thank you for being here and love what you love. Goodbye.